Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to thank you for coming, kind of impromptu, but we felt it was important to be able to share with you some things this morning. And as you know, the last 2 months our citizens had the opportunity to sign a petition concerning the process of removal for my position as principal chief. I want to first say that the constitutional process that is allowed for these types of things to happen in the Muskogee Creek Nation certainly was followed. I believe that it's important to let our citizens know if there's one thing that I received out of it. Number one, it didn't break my spirit. I believe my spirit's strong. It comes with territory. But what it does is challenges me as a principal chief of the Creek Nation to look at how we can improve things. I don't look at it as a negative thing. I look at it as a motivational thing. I had the utmost faith in the process that is allowed under the Constitution, and I believe that the small group that was behind the petition, even though it didn't garner enough signatures, have a right to be able to do that, and I respect that. I look forward to working as an advocate, as a leader, but most of all as a Muskogee citizen. Because I was a citizen prior to being an elected official. And I believe that's important. As all of this unfolded, I never allowed this to really impact my service to the Muskogee Creek people. And again, I remained dedicated to my work as a principal chief and never faltered while doing the work I love for those that I serve. We're no different than any other government. We have disagreements, but the one thing about being Muskogee is we're all Muskogee.
Amen.
And I believe that is important. If there was any inkling of any wrongdoing according to the Constitution, which I took an oath to uphold, I would not make a decision last week to seek re-election for this highest office of the Muskogee Creek Nation. I'm very humbled and grateful for the outpouring of encouragement I received. I know that there was an action taken by the National Council on a vote of no confidence, and I want to assure you today that it had no substance as far as the executive office is concerned. And I can tell you, I had more than 12 people that called me and encouraged me to keep my head up and encouraged me to continue the service that I have as Principal Chief of the Muskogee Creek Nation. I know that it's been said last evening that there are employees and some people that were scared to sign the petition. I can assure you this administration has done nothing to be an advocate for our employees and for citizens of the people that I serve. At no time have I ever taken the initiative to be negative toward any of my employees in signing anything. That's our right as a citizen. If there's one thing I've done is being a strong advocate for our employees. I believe I was the first chief in the history of our nation since we've been elected chiefs to hold employee-wide meetings to assure them when I first came in that the election was over. And I didn't care who they voted for because we're all Muskogee. And we're going to work together and make progress, of which we have. And I believe that's important. I know it's been said that there was people scared to sign the petition because they're going to lose their houses. At no time would I ever threaten anyone on the loss of a house or any services, because we have laws and we have policies that's mandated by not only the federal government but by our own tribal laws that allows them, if they're qualified, to receive those services without any political ramifications. And again, it should be noted, every principal chief since Claude Cox has gone through a petition process. And I can assure you that at no time, in terms of this office, have we looked down on anybody that was doing this. and I believe that's important. I know that there's been some stories written about the so-called secret agreement. It was never a secret. Had there been any wrongdoing with my office concerning that issue, and I tell you, just to be frank with you, there was never a controversy or issue with the Muskogee people. It was in the media, and it was expanded upon by my political opponents, not the citizens. And I believe it's important to share it. We're all proud of who we are as Muskogee people. Yeah, we have differences, but that's part of being who we are as Muskogee people. I believe that we've been able to come through this, especially as Principal Chief, and falling back on what's been taught to us traditionally and culturally. And that we've been able to overcome many things as not only Muskogee people, but as Indian people throughout the history of our various tribes and the Muskogee people. So at this time, I want to open it up for anyone that may have a question. I appreciate you being here, and we look forward to some great things coming up in the future of this nation. We believe that in the 3 years that we've been in administration, we've done more in those 3 years than possibly some others that have held this office. We're a big player, if you will, for lack of a better term, in economic development in northeastern Oklahoma. I think the citizens of Tulsa are very proud of Muskogee Creek Nation. Nowhere can you find, with the exception of the banks of the Arkansas River, almost $1 billion in projects that's going on except in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we're part of that. We have about a $350 million project with the Margaritaville, an expansion of our casino. We have a $22 million project that's going on right now at our Riverwalk facility in Jinx. And there's some other things on the horizon. That's where my interest is. It's not petty politics. And I believe that we'll overcome this as our people overcame the previous 2 years. So at this time, if anyone has any questions, I'll look forward to answering.
It has been a pretty turbulent last couple of months for your administration. What is your level of confidence that you'll be reelected?
Well, I don't look at it as being turbulent. That may be your statement. I look at it as a challenge. And I believe that we've overcome many challenges as Muskogee people, and I use that to my way of motivating myself. I'm confident that with the encouragement I got during the last 2 months, that we have an excellent chance of being reelected. Because we've done a lot in the last 3 years. And it's only in this calendar year that we've had some disagreements.
What can you, you got what, 18 weeks till the primary, 20 weeks, whatever it is. What can you do or say to get back in that amount of time, to get back in harmony with council and maybe however many people out there who did sign the petition? Obviously there's some dissatisfaction. What can you do in 20 weeks to flip your position?
Well, I think actually after the last meeting in April, when I actually addressed this whole issue with the council, there's a lot of tension that was relieved because I basically challenged them to look at what's best for the people and not look at what's disagreements we have as elected officials. I believe that by doing that, from the response I've received from a lot of citizens, that if you will, that tide has turned quite a bit in a positive way.